Hello and welcome to this video. Today we are gonna make a needle-like booklet. Now, I got this felt set quite a while ago and it's supposed to be for keychains, but I only ever made like 2 projects out of this and I really want to make some cause the characters look quite cute. So I'm gonna make Dracula today. And as you can see, I have a lot of needles that need a home, and yeah, normally I had them in like a paper thing, but yeah, I got some on clearance, so I definitely need a new way to store them. As you can see, this set is quite used, but there's still a lot of felt and filling left, because 2 of the projects I made, I only used filling once for them. Because the other ones I used for decorations, kind of like this. And I actually copied the pattern so I can use it over and over again, just on some sturdier paper also. So in the end I just cut out all the things we need for the cute Dracula, and now it's time to cut them out of the felt. And for this one, I'm basically sticking with the color scheme they have on front because I think it's super cute and it definitely fits the theme with the like blacks and reds. I tried my tracing pen that I normally use for fabric and I just couldn't get it to work on the felt. I guess it's like the fibers don't absorb it as well, so it doesn't show up. So in the end, I just pinned all the pieces, held it with my fingers, and then just carefully cut around it. This definitely works. It's not as accurate as if you would draw it, but yeah, I just couldn't get it to work with this felt. If you have a different kind of felt that's maybe not as dense, you definitely can draw on it. I use many felts so far, and some of them you can mark on, some of them you cannot really that well, so yeah, you have to see which kind of felt you can get your hands on. So yeah, very simple with my fabric scissors, just cutting out all the little details. And actually this I'm not gonna sew because I'm gonna felt this on the needle booklet. So yeah, you can basically needle punch felt together with just some normal felting needles. Very simple. It takes a little while to get both of them to adhere, but it's a good process to like decorate your felt scraps. And yeah, you can just use other felt scraps. You don't have to use like the loose felt pieces that you can get, like the I guess felt fibers. So I decided to go with a black background, even though the character is black, but I really like this black and all the other colors I think wouldn't match the character. I started off with a tiny needle and I just didn't cut it, because the important thing is that the layers really stick together. So yeah, you want to really secure, especially your first few punches with the felting tool, and make sure the layers adhere, cause else they will misshape and slip on the other felt part that you are adding it to. So, you know, this bigger needle definitely had it. I used the smaller one still for the finer details, cause that's definitely really helpful, but for a quick adhesion of this felt to the black felt, it's definitely more helpful to have needles that have like more needles inside of the tool. As you can see, the black kind of vanishes a bit, and yeah, I misplaced it, but luckily with felt, if it's not too like felted in, you can just basically pull it off. Which yeah, goes to show that these like adhere pretty well, but also you can fix your mistakes quite easily. Now that also means that you definitely have to go over this a bit more than you may think, so it will adhere completely when you're using it. Also, layering felt makes things a bit sturdier, which is really helpful for if you want to make a project like a pencil case or something like that and you want to felt something on top. Also means you can like put 2 layers of felt together to make the shapes more sturdy. when I punched the teeth, they kind of slipped a little bit too much downwards, so I just cut out a tiny piece of felt and I'm just gonna blend it in. If you have the same colors that you're using in like felting fibers, you may as well use that to help you fix this, but definitely tiny strips of felt also can help you fill in the gaps that you might have accidentally made. Now, for this one, I wanted to like give it some eyes with buttons. Could have totally felted them, but I thought these ones that were included were quite cute. So I'm just sewing them on, and one of them is basically a button, one of them is a black flower, and with the way I'm sewing it on, that's basically, yeah, how the eye is shaped. I have to say, it already looks quite cute. So I'm really happy about that. Now, there is one issue that I discovered right about now in this project, and that is I may have felted this character on the backside of this booklet thing. So yeah, I need to fix that, because if you remember, a book like flips up, and if you imagine this being a book, it would totally be on the backside. So what I did was I cut the pieces out and I just felted them on another piece of felt. This is something I wanted to do anyways. I just, you know, didn't expect to have to cut the pieces up. I wanted to keep them together. Basically, why I wanted to do this in the first place is to make it a bit more sturdy, because this is going to hold needles, and I don't want, like, when I pick this up to have a needle stab me in the hand every time. So layering like two pieces of this a bit thinner felt definitely helped that. So yeah, felting this very straightforward. Again, I just had to be careful to not felt over the eyes, cause they would have broken my needle, but in the end everything went really well. Now for the thing that actually holds my needles. I went with this like sturdier cotton fabric, and I'm using pinking shears to just make sure that the edges don't fray, and then I'm just basically sewing the middle. And here you have the finished case. I didn't show me sewing in the pages because it's a very simple thing to do. So yeah, basically just a little back stitch in the middle to secure them, and here you can see them with all my needles. It took quite a while to sort them in, but in the end I'm really happy that I did, because it's easier to find the needles that I need now, and I just love the design, it's so cute. And as I said in the beginning, you can really put felt on anything and any other felt, which is really convenient for anything decorating. And even if you have like two smaller pieces of felt that don't quite fit the size of your project, you can totally felt the edges together to hold them up a little bit. I would still, if you use this kind of patching method, like put a layer of tiny strip of felt on the back to make it more secure, but it definitely could help if you're short on materials. But yeah, I'm really happy how this turned out. Super cute, super handy, and I hope you guys like this tiny project. Anyways, I hope you have a great day. Bye!